Okay. Okay. I think we have good audio. Oh my gosh. I hate it. Can we? Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. All right, sorry. Some technical stuff going on. Needed to fix that. And I think we should be good here. So let me know if something doesn't pop up. But I'm going to be walking through the process of taking someone's like half built, maybe quarter built project and then taking it into development and deployment. So what they gave me was a Lovable project. And in Lovable, I'm more actually familiar with what's it called? I'm more familiar with here. Let me do this. Actually, let me move my streaming thing up here. And I'm gonna go entire screen there. Stream it down here. We're gonna go entire screen up here. Okay. So I'm more familiar with Bolt. I like Bolt a lot more, but we're gonna use Lovable because they're basically the same, and I want to understand what the client was doing. So this is their initial prompt. It's a construction scheduling platform with a timeline view, React, Tailwind, Supabase, Shadecon. So this is a common thing that I see with a lot of people is, and here's a like confirmation of it. People will go into Claude, people will go into ChatGPT, they'll say, make me this thing or whatever. And Claude and ChatGPT will start to give you like database schema and stuff like that. And it's a good starting point. But if you dig a layer deeper, sometimes you're kind of digging yourself into holes that you're going to have to dig yourself out of. And if you just kind of started just simpler, just saying a database with this general idea, not all the way down to this just yet, at least in the initial prompt, then you save yourself some trouble. So this was the initial prompt, and I just got that by scrolling all the way up into Lovable. Um, I think it is just everything that they started with. And then they start having a conversation. So building construction, horizontal Gantt pipeline, touch-friendly bars, design system, one tool used. You allowed something. Now Lovable cloud. You said it's ready. What's next? The horizontal bars move across days as I scroll left and right instead of staying tied to the indicated start and end dates. That needs to be updated. Horizontal bars move across days as I scroll left and right instead of staying tied to the indicated start. Oh, I guess, yeah, that makes sense if it does it. Let me move this out of here. Okay. I see the issue fixed. Can you add more rows, jobs, so we can test a vertical scroll? So here's some issues. So I'm just going to talk through like just ideas because we're not going to get into like the technical details of the build. I'll talk through like what happens when you're working from someone's Lovable or Bolt or project that they're not exactly a vibe coder software, like a technical person, and you have to decide whether or not it's worth it to continue from here or to kind of start fresh or what. So this is kind of this is like sample data. It's not bad, you know. It's not exactly testing the actual functionality of like adding a job and seeing if it adds. It's just saying, add some data. And so far, those are the types of good changes. Fix vertical scroll so jobs on axis move to remain aligned with Gantt chart body bars and body of schedule. So he's just thinking a lot about like how you scroll. Add a jump to today button that scrolls the time in the center of the current date. What's this? Oh, today button. Today. Okay, so if I scroll left and right, not much going on. How do I scroll left more? Nothing. Today. Next 7 days. Next 52 weeks. Today. Okay. Need to add a month and a year to the date bar. Add a bar on top of the day bar that indicates month and year. Month and a year to the date bar. Month and year. That's fair. Let the jobs remain visible when I scroll left and right. So he wants to just lock that in. Jobs column still appears when I scroll too far right. Should never be hidden. Cool. Vertical scroll to the left of the job column instead of being on the right side. Is that what's going on? Well, it's still on the right for me. Instead of trees, can you make the municipal icon one of a government building with columns? Yeah, basic stuff, I guess. Add a week, month view, toggle zoom in out on the timeline. month, day, week, day, month, all jobs, next 3 months. You can do different categories, statuses. Yeah, what they built so far is not bad. Yep. Okay, more zoom options. So what's that zoom? Just think they removed that zoom now or something. Can't see it. Okay. So what I'm picking up so far is that this guy who has started to design this actually does have like some particular desires. So as a client, you're gonna get this type of detail in the feedback, which is kind of nice for me as a builder in some regard because they'll know like what I'm talking about if I point something out, like the importance of making sure that that is decided on. But sometimes you have like a minutia problem where they just start to talk about all the little things that aren't like the big problem for the thing, but they want it because it looks a certain way or feels a certain way. And I'm talking like UI elements, right? Visual elements. And maybe filtering is a little bit more important versus is it the color blue or whatever. But so far, add a show all jobs toggle to bypass the date range filtering to see every job regardless of zoom level. Yeah, these are good navigation things. Yeah, some troubleshooting, bug fix. I don't know why he came up with this, but I guess I would try to stay in like normal language unless there's a good reason to do this. Curious about this. All jobs toggle, residential, municipal, commercial category. So for the most part, it stayed pretty similar to what he is initially doing. Can you make today gold? I want to overall can you extend the dates to the bottom of the software so there's just a blank bar below the dates. Overall, what I want to do is clean up the visual because if you clean up the visual and you make it look good and feel good and function good, like on a visual basis, it does something to people, man. It does something. Like next 1 month, the next 30 days, next 2 months, the next 6 days. Okay, just some formatting stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, small formatting. See, this is stuff where it's like, all right, man, this is minutia. When I scroll all the way to the end, the column date headers and columns in the body of the chart are slightly misaligned. I guess. Oh, I guess they are all the way to the end. No, I see that. That's fair. But again, just bugs. I didn't fix it. Fix it. He's getting into a little bit of a sticky situation here. One container. Row height reinforcements. Refactor. Job name and job name for all views. No need for location. Let's make sure job name and visible. Okay. Job name and job number. And just job name. You can click into it, see all the details. I would not make this an immediate edit. That's kind of dangerous for security, not data security reasons, not like security reasons, but you see what I'm saying? Make sure the person has to click into editing it. So that's one quick thing. This is all just formatting stuff, align grid lines to sidebar, UI polishes. Sidebar. What model does Lovable use? Is there any sort? Oh fuck! Now I gotta scroll all the way back up to the messages. That sucks. I'll see if I can get back in there. I just want to see what model he uses. What model does Lovable use? What model does Lovable use? Really? I don't know. I don't really want to think about it too much. We're just going to use it for what it is. Oh, fuck. Let's see. Where was I? Hmm. Okay, so this is interesting. This snippet here, this tells me a lot about how the client is thinking. This tells me a lot about how the client is thinking in terms of what they really actually want to accomplish is greater transparency and depth in their scheduling, basically efficiency, right? Because with things like this, with labor-based businesses, if you can become efficient with your personnel, then you're becoming efficient with your resources, and you make more money, you spend less money, et cetera, et cetera. So that's like their key thing, right? And this is a huge paragraph for me. So let me just make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I'm going to go down and I'm going to try to find like threads of that, and then we're going to build around that, because so far, like these are um, basic layout type of answers and questions going on. So we got Zoom settings, using days versus months, dynamic views, show all jobs toggle. Okay, okay. Can't layout visibility, all jobs getting cut off. Today gold. Yeah, okay, this is where I was. Abbreviate the month. Misaligned, didn't fix it. Critical synchronization. The single scroll container strategy. Today, show all jobs for today. Jobs box will access, just include job date. No need for location. Cut off. Yeah, cut off. Toggle, layout spacing, header spacing and grid alignment, sidebars. This is all just basic stuff. He's having trouble, it sounds like, with data saving, user profiles. He's trying to add some profiles, but I don't really see. Yeah, this is just a very it's an early stage MVP. It's an early stage MVP. Here's your map box. What do you mean by map box? So this is a token. I'm going to need them to change pretty quick, but for right now, leave it there. Please don't use it. Just in the United States. Don't hard code shit, guys. Okay. Let me do something real quick. Okay. Yep, this is what I did before. I've done Mapbox before. Okay, nice, 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 nice. So now they're doing like a bunch of location things. Um, Trying to get some geocoding, some there's some location stuff going on. I don't exactly know. Yeah, so he's having trouble understanding where the data is. So he wants to go to Supabase. He's having some trouble verifying stuff. What is this? Got it, got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay. So this modal is going to do a lot of the work if you think about it, right? The dashboard is going to be huge in terms of displaying the information, but putting it in and making it simple to put in, making it easy to put in and to manage and stuff like that is going to be a lot of this modal. And we already got this. Exportable. Oops, sorry. Classic problems. Happens. It's not a bad like conversation with the chat. Trying to figure out like why did they give up on this? I think they're just in like the boring parts of it where you're running into bugs and you're not sure how to, they keep piling on. The technical debt's catching up, and you're not sure which data is important versus which formula. Sketch the account. Okay. The biggest thing that I want to do is make this overall consistent in terms of style. I don't know why some are dotted versus some being full. residential, residential. I don't know why those are dotted in full. Trying to find like a reason, but I can't find a reason, which something you don't want to do. You don't want to have a different like visual language for something that is not a different point of data. So I'm looking just to kind of get a bit more understanding of if there's any like critical components that they want. Obviously, all the filters, preliminary. Is that what it is? That's what it is. Okay. So if something's preliminary, then you have the dots. If something is active, then you have the whole. That actually makes sense. I just, I don't like, there's something about it I don't like. I think it's because the font in this one is white and the font in here is like colored. I kind of want some consistency. Overall, I hate the visual look. So that's true. But what I'm definitely going to do first is make sure that I freaking have the thing. So going through multiple, icons, race conditions, yeah, lists, stuff like that. Okay. Filter handling ad drops. Loading shield for schedule. Screenshot. What are we doing? Duplicate UI and fix filter selection. Select all logic. What? So yeah, this is the type of messaging where you just know this guy or whoever was starting to do this was getting like specific in what they want, which is good because they're gonna respect, if they're smart, they're gonna respect the level of depth that goes into the decisions behind all these things, all these screens and stuff like that, and then we're gonna be able to impress them in a way because they know how difficult it was to run into these different issues that they're running into, right? Like some of these things are very simple, and then they run into issues and stuff that is common when you're first beginning, but can be avoided when you kind of have a sense of what you're doing. So this is all just headers, little visual overlaps, views, bugs, mobile and tablet. Some more components. Some time periods. That's a weird. Oh, I got you. Talking about mobile, PDF. I don't see. Is it here? They have the export. Where's the export? I don't even see the export. Or this export PDF. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So lots of little things, man. Lots of little things. Nuclear options. Whenever you see nuclear options, you know that person is pissed. Can't really vibe code without ever getting into that place. Kind of have to. Okay, and then this is where I come in. Okay, cool. So 24 minutes to get a lay of the land of what's going on. And what I've seen so far is that these guys just want a scheduling tool and they're particular about the way it's laid out. So I don't want to force this into Softer. I think Softer is not a good fit for this because I think I've said this before, but Softer has a very softer look to it. So if I just go in and I just put Softer examples into Google, let's see. Here, this is all it is. It's just like an image of a person with some tags and then maybe like a little bit of a chart like this. There's no Gantt chart and there's no like scheduling tool. And the amount of detail that they put into the conversation with this tells me that they would feel too constricted if they were working in the constraints of Softer. Again, Softer is good when you're actually kind of like when you don't care about visuals, but when it's a schedule, like the whole half of the value is the fact that it is like a visual thing, you know. So we're going to we're going to work on this, okay? And the key, this is the first thing. This is the key thing. I hate all this stuff. This is the initial prompt. We're going to delete all this stuff here. They don't need to worry about that just right now. They don't need to worry about schema. They don't need to worry about visual logic. They don't even understand visual logic right now. I mean, I guess these are like cool, great, preliminary, active, da 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 da. You know, this is all Gantt is horizontally scrollable on iPod, filter bar at the top. I don't know. This is not the greatest starting prompt. This is the key, though. After this is complete, I'll be able to create an agent and learns from changes, updates to individual jobs and stores the data over time. So when they say agent, when anyone says agent these days, you have to ask, what does it actually mean? And in this case, I think what they mean is they just need data. They just need to know, like, overall, like how many, what are the next key dates? What are any like backed up things, blockers, if you will, and stuff like that. So why is this? Oh, is this based off of like? Why is it based in this order? Is what I'm trying to say. I'm all over the place right now. This is how it works. This is how it usually is. I just have to kind of talk through things to get my head around them. So why is this? This is not alphabetical. This is not based on recency. This is not based on secondary headline alphabetical or this alphabetical or anything like that. Here's what I want to do. I want this to not be in the nav bar. I want this to not be in the nav bar except for like a home icon. I want two items in the top nav bar, left being this, just like a scheduler. On the right being like intelligence. So like different metrics and stuff like that. And then overall, we're going to fix a lot of these things. So this, that's ugly, right? This is too cramped. This is could probably be done much cleaner. And then this has no like logic behind it. And we want to make sure that we have like a good view of things. So what I'm literally going to do is work within the lovable that they have given me. I'm pretty sure I have what's it called? Permission. And if I don't, I can always revert to this message. So lovable is great like that. I prefer bolt over lovable, but for right now, we're going to do this. I don't really want visual edits. I'm curious what's going on here. Connectors. What kind of connectors does lovable have at this point? Add reference, attach GitHub knowledge, history, project settings. Can I clear chat? Let me see if I can clear chat real quick. Chat. Clear. No. Can I just clear the chat? I don't know. Okay, might not work. That works in Bolt, but it may not work with. Okay, lovable. That's fine. So let's try this. I'm going to put my whisper on and I'm going to do a couple basic things real quick. We'll see how much. I haven't worked with lovable in a while. I used to, but I think Bolt is just kind of going far and above. So let's just see what this can do. We're going to change the nav bar, remove the icon, remove the header and the subheader of TEBCOM and construction schedule, add a single letter T in a serif font that will act as the home button. we're going to remove the top right button of add job. In the center, we're going to have two main pages for navigation. What we currently see is going to be titled the scheduler, and that will be the left button. And the right button will be called the intelligence. And that will be a different screen, a dashboard with some common things that we should know in terms of the schedule. If there are any jobs that are behind schedule, if there are any jobs that have different pieces of data, we'll figure that out later. But for right now, build out that structure. All right, love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this happens. This happens sometimes when you have whisper flow. It just doesn't want to work. You can retry it. We're going to retry it right now. And in the meantime, I'm just going to make sure I click plan here because like I said, I don't know how Lovable works. And so I just want to hear if it understands me just yet. Not that I don't know how Lovable works. I just don't know the quality of the prompting these days. Based on the conversation that this guy was having too, it was actually quite bad. So that's kind of, kind of shitty. I'll try one more time, and if not, I'll have to type it out or something. Start whisper flow. Is it working? It's not working. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in here, and then I'm gonna go get a different kind of drink, if you know what I'm saying. Get away from me. So I'm gonna go changes to top nav bar. Going to have two main pages views. One scheduler, what shows the Gantt that currently exists. Gantt, let me just put Gantt filters, headers, etc. Two, intelligence shows dashboard of common scheduling metrics. Days behind, etc. for now. So it kind of gets it. You don't have to be super killer right now. We just want to build a whole thing. Also remove header or nav icon and replace with serif T as main icon for home scheduler, and remove header and subheader, move add job button away from nav and in the scheduler view. Okay, cool. So basic ideas are there. Again, we have the plan thing right now. I'm going to stick around real quick actually to see the plan. And then if I like it, I'm going to hit the implement button, basically unclicking plan. And then we're going to roll with it. And then we're going to see what's going on. Close some stuff over here. I don't need Macbox just yet, but it's good stuff. I'm telling you, man, people just, it's no fault of their own. I used to kind of do some stuff like this, but either overcomplicate or go too far into stuff that they don't even understand really. It's like if job number is set / active, it's like just speak like a human. You'll do better vibe coding initially if you speak like a human. Unless you're really trying to do this as a profession, then yeah, you should obviously learn all these different things, and you will learn all these different things. But if you're just trying to get an MVP and stuff, like just start talking it like a human, and you'll figure it out. But this and this, unnecessary, and then PWA, that's just mobile filters, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go like that. Basically, some visual logic is already pretty apparent. You know what I mean? But that's like the basic truth of what they want. They want a scheduling platform with a timeline view Shared. What's going on here? Let me see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Filter bar area, right aligned. Yep, that's exactly where I want it. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna let this run for a second. I'll be right back. See what we got. Look at that. We got nothing. Going with Voodoo Ranger. If you like peanut, you like Voodoo Ranger, right? So we're gonna do that. We're going to see what this thing builds, and then we're gonna watch it. Let me turn on some lights here. It's gonna get dark here in a second. Beautiful Arizona. Yeah, there we are, there we are, there we are. Boom, boom, boom. Preview all done. Scheduler intelligence. Okay. Let's see. Does this have to refresh? Oh, it's only if it's published or what? So refresh. Go over here. Nothing. Okay. So then if I go over here, also I have to publish it to preview it like that. Let's see. Am I allowed to publish it or no? Interesting. Let me just try closing it. Go here. First sip of the day. All right, some weird bug there. So we got intelligence, scheduler. Okay, cool. There's this weird fade in thing going on, which I don't love, but whatever. Our job. Okay, so pretty good changes. Now I want to get a little bit more aggressive with visual style changes. I'm going to go ahead and plan to work within a dark mode, and then we'll have the option to change that later. But for right, well, I'm going to keep the light mode actually because I just do so much better in fucking dark mode. I do so much better in fucking dark mode. I do. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we'll do this. We'll have a settings bar up top for both of those. That's what we'll do. Fine, fine, we'll do it. But overall, I want to make some changes. I just don't like there's inconsistencies here that's like bugging me. It's bugging me. So this is a job number. It sounds like, looks like. This is the job name, and I just don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. I want to have this all be less cumbersome. Just make this one filters tab where you have all those different things. You can choose which statuses you want, and it's a little simpler. So if I could push this down into one button that just says filters, and then it pops up and you see all the filters, you click the different things that you want, then that'd be good. And then this should just be up here as well. Like these two buttons, because they're like view control buttons, they should kind of be up. They should be up here in a separate area. So I want to have like this area be view control, like day, week, month, or 14 days, or all. So when it goes next 60 days, what is that? It's none of these. Oh, okay, I got you. By the week, by the month. That makes sense. Next 90 days by the month. Next 6 months. Oh, next 12 weeks, next 36 weeks. Oh, I get it. That's cool. This needs to be just less cramped overall. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. We're gonna go a little crazy. I find like the best results are when you just kind of let go of things a little bit. You have to let go a little bit. You have to be willing to just kind of fuck it up and always go back. So let's do something like here. And I want to let me see. Is this thing working? If I could do whisper flow, that'd be so much better. Let me see. I'll do a small one so I don't waste my breath and just want to hurt this thing. Close Spotify. Let's see. Stop. Combine all filter dropdowns into one main filter dropdown with all the existing options in there as checkboxes or single select, whatever is appropriate. All right, cool. It's working. So I'm going to do that. And now, because I've already tested one, we're not going to do the plan mode every time. We just wanted to see like how it interpreted things. The visual can be a little trickier because visual language is difficult if you're not specific, but I've gotten enough practice to where I feel pretty comfortable in terms of visual language and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. I get to check something off my list actually. Nice. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. By doing this with y'all, I get to check something off my list, which is cool. So let's see what it's going to do, how it's going to do it. One second. How we doing? Very nice. Okay. So this could just be a preference at the end of the day. But for right now, I'm just trying to make space. Okay. And, another thing that I don't like is like the display of this. This is a lot of space for something that could be a very simple item. Like this could be a third, maybe a fourth as tall, and just have these things side by side, right? Just Saturday, just S/28, S/1, MTWTHF, SS, all that stuff. But again, just some weird things going on. I need to clean things up a little bit. So let's go ahead and try to fix this over here. It's bugging me. I don't. This should be like at the bottom. This should be like a separate filter here where you can organize by row. Okay. This is pissing me off. I'm starting to get mad, which actually does help for doing stuff like this. All right. So whatever how do I select stuff? This whole box. You can do this now. I want to add more space to this section. So for this actual box, hideous, bro. This is hideous. Let me hold on. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. It's just bad. Filter bar. Stop. I just want to chat. So this is visual edits. That's interesting. You can do that. That's interesting. I saw something else too. There was like this weird screen where I could like do some other things. I have a lot of credits. So this is good. Um I don't like this. I want this to be simpler. It's almost harder to fucking start from this point of view right now. Really, this is the first time I've done this. I usually start my own projects and kind of have like my own design and then, would build from my own principles up. And now I'm kind of like unwiring other people's principles and I'm like seeing their perspective. And I'm also seeing like, it's not, it's not really, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. But that being said, here's what I want to do. Donald Duck. TBD. And this is in the cloud. You just test stuff. Okay. And then jobs. So they do have like supers and stuff, or what? Where are the supers at? They're just literally. Wait, what? Let me see if I can ask this thing now. Is there no table of supers? Is it all just hard coded supers in the column under jobs? Is that how you did it? And then I turn on plan, not because I'm actually planning anything, but I just don't want it to do anything. Because sometimes it'll say, you're right. Let me fucking create 3 databases that you didn't ask for. And then I'm assuming, which, you have to rein it in, man. You have to rein it in. Okay, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's not smart. So I think I saw something like this in the chat above. They were talking about dynamically doing it. I don't think the person that was building it understood what they were doing. It's not smart data management because you want to be able to organize all that stuff. You want to be able to organize your supers. You want to be able to organize your foreman. You want to be able to organize your individuals and stuff like that. So we need to kind of build something like that out. And I'm not so concerned about the database being built out just yet. I think we might just go ahead and go into it. But yeah, exactly how it says. Create a dedicated lookup table, e.g. superintendent's foreman, so you get consistent names, autocomplete, and ability to catch metadata. Yeah, absolutely. So I think what I want to do is in intelligence, I want to go to start adding in the fact that these people, Temcom, the real company, is going to use this to understand their subcontractors, their foremen, their supers, and then even potentially their customers and stuff like that, right? So the thing with customers, though, like you want to be careful with this one in particular. I'm already thinking to myself, like, I don't want to make another CRM within here, right? Because they're going to suggest like, what if we get like, the value of each day according to the customers and stuff. It's like, well, if we keep it simple, where you just import the lifetime value of the customer and then, ask yourself how many days have you actually spent doing this person, who's the most profitable per day. That's a good piece of information, right? But if you're doing it to where it's like constantly updating, stuff like that, it's more convoluted than it needs to be. You keep your CRM where your CRM is, and then you ask yourself that question of that formula of like, who's the most profitable per day or per week? It's a great question, right? But you don't answer it in the CRM, and you may not answer it here. So what we're gonna do, and let me just double check here. We have customers here, categories, superintendents. So we're just gonna go employees versus customers because superintendents, foremans, and subcontractors, we might just call it like, labor, superintendent, subcontractors. Yeah, subcontractor might be a different one because superintendents and foremen work with several different subcontractors. So yeah, we'll keep it different. So we're gonna go personnel, which can be either superintendent or foreman, and we're gonna go subcontractors, which is gonna have their own kind of pieces of information stuff. So let me do that. We're going to create two tables. One is going to be called personnel, which is going to have the two types of superintendent or foreman. And then we're going to have another table that's going to be subcontractors. And that'll have its own series of pieces of information. So, in the context of the entire project, plan those out. And we'll stop there. Make sure it says plan. Again, this is the core paragraph. After this is complete, I'll be able to complete an agent learns from changes, updates to individual jobs and stores data over time. We'd like to drill down on schedule changes, reasons for schedule changes, average start date delays, average project duration delay versus original projected, number of changes, and other metrics that allow us to become better at predicting future scheduling. And understanding who's worth scheduling is also a very important thing. So, like I said, if you add in the math of your customers, then you have a very good source of information. So let me see what it's doing here. Here's the plan. Create personnel table, ID, name, role, superintendent, foreman. Yes. Create supercontractors table. Created that. That's a good question. Hmm, yeah. So this is the thing that it's not exactly telling me right now. I want to edit this a little bit. Edit this. How do I do this? Oh, I have to like put it in here. Let's see. Optional. I I I I think I just want to do. I think this does make sense. I just don't know if I'm jumping the gun because if you think of subcontractor services, like you might use one for like you think electrician for this subcontractor, but sometimes people do a couple different things. They do electrician plus, or you want to get more granular with it. Like they did the exterior lighting, but not the interior lighting, or I don't know, some stuff like that. With big enterprise level builds, you got to be careful that you have enough detail. It's not just stuff like that. So I think I'm going to say yes to this. Let's go ahead and do that. Fuck it, and we'll go. Football. So already I'm making database changes, which is not the type of stuff I thought I'd be doing just yet. I wanted to clean this up. It's like visually pissing me off, but this type of intelligence will actually help us a little bit because I want to have like realistic type of thing going on over here. And already what I'm going to do while this is going, I guess, yeah, modify the database. That's fine. Okay, so it doesn't use like migration files. It just uses that. That's interesting. We're going to implement a dark mode and light mode toggle in the top right. Dark mode will be based on deep dark blues and white text. And light mode will be with pretty much as is. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Oh no. Please tell me you're working. Nope. Is it working? Nice. Let's do this. This is in the queue. Great. I almost forgot that I was about to interrupt something, so I like that it has a queue. That's cool. Collapse the queue. Great lookup tables for supers and foremans. That's what's up. We have dark mode, light mode toggle. And I want to take away that look. And after this, I have another one In the intelligence tab, add a couple more boxes or headlines for the following pieces of information. Longest job, next start date, next end date, most profit per week, most profit per month, and perhaps others that you think are important. So sometimes I do that kind of at the end where it's like, whatever you think. I don't have as much confidence in the lovable builder as I do as like in Bolt because I know it uses Claude and I know how to talk to Claude. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna see what it can do. This is probably not gonna work. This is always so annoying when Whisper fails me, dude. Whisper fails me and I get so upset because I'm in a flow, man. And I have to pull out the phone and then copy and paste and do some shit, and it's ugh. So no, I think there's like a thing with Windows that I can try. I think does Windows have something? No, not that one. Everything war is happening right now, so definitely not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Jeez Louise. Not that one. Not that one. I'm gonna do some shit that I shouldn't be doing right now. What is it? Talk to text. Windows H? How the hell does that make any sense? In the intelligence. Wait. Is it going? Oh shit. Is it going? Bro, I don't know what it's doing. It's frozen. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Here we go. This bitch out of my face, dude. Oh shit. What's going on? What do you mean? What does that mean? Why is it not working? Here? There we go. In the intelligence tab, add in charts, headers, or tables, whatever you feel is best for the following pieces of information. Next start date or upcoming start date. Next end date or upcoming end date. Biggest job. And then jobs by days over time budget. Is this thing fucking. Oh my fucking god, dude. I'm over here talking like an idiot to this thing right now. You can suck my dick, Microsoft. Oh, ugh. See, that's a bad thing right now is that software or Whisper really is the fucking best thing on the market, but it still sucks ass somehow. I don't know if it's like my freaking computer or something. It could be possible. My computer is doing some shitty stuff lately, but it says yes. It literally responds yes to me. In the intelligence tab, add charts, tables, or text, whatever seems the best to display the following information. Next start date, upcoming start date. Next end date or upcoming end date. Jobs by days over budget. And then biggest job, and then any others that make sense. Okay. This is Please. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. It's not going to give it to me. Oh, it's not going to give it to me, dude. Oh. Whew. Fuck, dude. I hate these things sometimes. I fucking hate these things sometimes. You understand, man? I fucking hate these things sometimes. Oh. So bullshit. All right, whatever. All right. This is out of date. Let me see. Except for the today button, move all these options and toggles into the ribbon that has the filters drop down and the add job button. This is weird the way it does it. I don't understand how there's like two chats going on. One of them is visual, one of them's interesting. Yeah, this is way better. So this alone, this okay. So you got to think about what the stage that I'm at right now, right? So we got this contract, I think, a week ago or something like that. And the preliminary stuff was just like getting technology over, getting logins over, getting stuff like that. And then I found an email between the person who is contracting me as a builder for this and then the client. And the client was making some suggestions and stuff. And this was originally supposed to be a softer build, right? Like I said. And none of this would have been possible in software without a huge, huge, huge headache. And this is fun. This is fun. This is good. This is creative. This is cool. You can actually get particular with it. You can really, really get particular with it. I actually want to show you guys. Look at this sunset that I'm dealing with right now. Actually, complete change of topic for a second, but look at this sunset. That's it. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. That's the Arizona sky, but that's the coolness of it, man. I get to have the sunset in the background. I get to have vibe coding stuff going on in front of me here. And it is very much more enjoyable than trying to get softer to do what I wanted to do because this is how we actually get working data. So actually get useful stuff. Look, work days, remaining category, etc. Stuff like this, biggest jobs by work days, stuff like this. Very, very good data that you probably want to know as a person that uses this. And it's just so much easier to do this here versus doing it elsewhere. It's probably doing its thing right now. Let it do its thing right now. I'm too scared, not too nervous. Oh man, I'm gonna want some food in a little bit. Oh, my fucking back, my hip. Oh. All right, here we go. Here we go. And move that, get that stuff out of there. It's much better. So yeah, from previously they had all the filters all the way across. Now we just have the filters here. We're going to change this here in a little bit. That's all they need, just this once. And this. Expand that bar, all jobs. And this needs like this needs a sort through button. And this needs to be a little different. Might move this out of here. I hate this. Just put a number here. All right. Nice. Good job so far. Remove the... Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, actually. Remove this and instead add the quotations or the parentheses and number next to the all jobs toggle. Hopefully that makes sense. You always want to try to reduce the information. You always want to try to reduce the visual clutter for the amount of information that you want to receive, right? So what that means is like the shorthand for whether a job is preliminary or not preliminary is the dotted lines. So if it's dotted lines, then it's preliminary. And if it's not a dotted line and it's filled in, then it's got an actual job number and it's real. And same thing for the other one. It had a thing that just said jobs quotation, or parentheses, and you can have parentheses here with all jobs, and that's much better. That's much better. Okay. So we're saving space. We're doing better. We're getting cleaner all the way around. So now we have the export button, the today button. I don't know if I actually want to do day, week, month, and scroll back and then go today. So what I actually want to do is go to Google Calendar and see how they display it and see if I like it or don't like it. This is how we're using UI in the actual thing. Yeah, so they have a big today button here. And they have week, day, month over here. Then they have the scheduler versus the agenda, I believe. Okay, the fuck is that? Tasks, okay. And then they're allowed to kind of see, bigger views and stuff. If I zoom out, okay. Okay, so I think that's kind of similar to what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put a separate today button. I'm going to take these icons away. I don't think there's a really need for that many icons, You just do this. Same thing with drop down. I mean, it's a lot of options, but I guess it makes sense, if you want to have this much of a view. But yeah, okay. Remove all the icons for day, week, and month buttons. Move the today button to the left of that triple toggle. Also remove the icon of today. We're going to do that. And then we're going to be moving this export button eventually because it's not going to make sense there. And in here, we're going to add some sort options. So if you want to go by shortest to longest, you would sort that way. If you want to go by, earliest start date to, by start date, by end date, you can have a couple different options to sort in here. They don't really have that right now. And then if they want to manually sort, then there'll be a choice of manual, and then they'll be able to freely move this stuff around if they want to. I think that's might be useful. I really hate the colors. It's too much contrast right now. It's too it just doesn't make sense right now. I think that you can just have you can have a little bit more of a monochrome color sort of thing going on, and it would still make just as much sense. So I don't usually go, color palette searching, but I'm going to go color palette for UI. And I'm going to go to also Mobbin because I know they're having their awards later pretty soon. Figma. Nice. I do like Figma. Love Figma. So let's see. Stormy Morning sounds good. Mossy Hollow. Yeah, I actually like this. I'm not even going to overthink it. That's a little too dark for them, I'm sure. Chili Spice. I don't want to have red be the thing that they look at all the time. This is getting too different. Let's see if I can scroll through more of these. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, they're all okay, but they're all just a little too different. They don't feel like Cobalt Sky is nice. Maybe Yacht Club, like muted dark tones, That's always a personal preference. So that's always what I end up with. Maybe Emerald Odyssey. Let me just try it. Let me just see how it works. If I go like this, and then I close this up. Here. Oh, did I not do this? Oh man, I did not do this. My bad. I thought this was running the whole time. That sucks. Okay. Sure. Yep, real world. Come on. I thought I was logged in already. I thought I was one of the guys here. Mm-hmm. Kind of want to vote this. Should we just vote this right now? Oh shit! Damn, those are cool looking icons and stuff. Damn, that's cool. App of the year. Headspace. Well, this makes sense. This is a great thing to do. So, fuck it. Let's do this right now. All right. We're going to be looking at the mobbing awards. They sent me an email a little bit ago. I've been meaning to look at it, but we have a couple of things here. And right now, this is a candidate. Headspace is a candidate for App of the Year. And I'm assuming this is all based on just pure, strong overall experience, user interface, motion, and usability. I haven't heard of Open. Oh, it's similar idea, mindfulness. You know what's cool? These mindfulness things are really on like the edge of like the experience. They are so keyed in on the experience. Like, how do these visuals make you feel? Like, absolutely, this makes me want to slow down and take in a breath. And if I was going to look at something while I was meditating, this would be something good to look at. And that is super fucking cool. The way that they're like really taking this seriously and really having like a good visual experience as well as they're having like an app experience, you know? So, oh my God, this is awesome. I love this so far. So that's the winner so far for me. Suno is a sound one. I do know this one. It's like an AI sound. I do like this aesthetic. Just generally speaking, I like this aesthetic, like for my own thing. We got a music player, ChatGPT. Wow, this is pretty sick too. This is pretty cool too. I think out of the two, the other one might have it just for the complexity. I almost feel like it's unfair because this is like a music app and you're so restricted on the kind of already information you have to put versus meditation being a bit more like, you can do some cool things. Um, Best new movie. Ooh, yeah, the gradients are still going to win, man. Gradients always win. They're fucking awesome. How can I help? Reading 9 pages. What is this again? Best new movies. Oh, I like this. Oh, that's cool. Kind of want to do this. This is cool. It's overly simple in a way that makes you wonder why others have to be so damn complicated. That's like key behind designers, I think, in general. We're always pissed off because things are just more complicated than they need to be. Family is like crypto. Crypto's hard. I'm glad that they're trying. Crypto's hard because it's a lot of information. It's a lot of pieces of information, prices, stuff like this, etc. Not super impressive to me, honestly. It's like it's pretty cool. This is cool. Oh, this is just kind of neat, This is like a robot based kind of chat, or that's interesting actually. I'm working on something that's kind of hitting upon the same issue of like digital friends. That's such a crazy statement. This is such a crazy statement for 2026, but it's so true with where we are. This guy's crazy looking. This guy is actually badass looking. This is crazy. This is such a crazy statement, but it also makes perfect sense to what we're doing here, man. I talk to my AI all the time. It's really cool. Wow, this is awesome. So interesting topic. I'm gonna have to learn more about that later as far as like a product, response. I really just want to see actually, like the App Store. What? Really? Whoa, I want to hear this. Whoa, I want to hear this. This is exactly what I'm curious about. 4.8 star, 100,000 reviews. 4.8 100,000 reviews. Holy shit. This is really interesting. Really interesting. Really interesting. The reason why this is interesting is because this is also interesting. Replica, Puka, cuckoo, flinch, emotional support, voice reflection, all these things. Please tell me, yeah, please fucking surprise me with the amount of fucking downloads and users and stuff and ratings and stuff. This is crazy. How many freaking downloads is this? This is crazy. See this? You see this? Oh my god, that's crazy, dude. Whew, this fucking excites me, scares me, but it's the reality of our world right now. So anyways, I really want to dig into this later, see how I can implement into something that I'm doing. So open, I'm gonna vote for you. Web app of the year. Ooh, I like this. It's Untitled. Love this. Been waiting for a music player to do things in a different, interesting way. I like this. This kind of reminds me of like old Bandcamp. Old Bandcamp was kind of like this. I think it's almost a little bit too nostalgic though with the CDs. It's just like, oh, it's for people creating though. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually more interesting if it's like for people creating. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. Sauna. These are one of those things. These are one of those things that almost feels like it's trying to be too much. Operations, product, notes, demo, commercial, collections, files, meetings, content integration. There's so many overlapping definitions of things here. It's just like, what are you doing? It's your AI assistant for work. I get that, but like, just give me a couple of ChatGPT chats. I'm chilling. This is like trying to be that with a nav bar. You see that? It's literally trying to fucking just be a different type of thing, more focused on work. I get it. I'm just thinking in terms of like the idea. It's kind of weird. Visually, looks all right. Nothing crazy. I think I still like Untitled as far as like creativity. Firecrawl. Oh, I deal with API docs and stuff. This is interesting. I do like that visual right away. That's pretty badass. Ooh, show me more. Show me more. Integrations. This is a good way because a lot of these docs can be super boring. You know what I mean? It's just like very monotonous. I like these lines. It adds a little bit of interest. And then that little secondary and then like that curve there. It's unnecessary, but it's nice, you know? Looks like a brick wall type of thing. Adds a little bit of visual interest. I like that. Airbnb, always a good candidate. Airbnb has just been, pretty good from the start. It's always been pretty enjoyable when I've used it. I like those icons, seems to always do what it needs to do and navigate some pretty complex interactions. So Airbnb always gets some respect. Discord, I use it a little bit more now, more than ever, actually for business as well. Discord's always solid. I think it's got the right mix of, ability to have all the things you need without getting too caught up in like, I don't know, technical stuff. Always keeping their feel. This is actually really nice. This is sexy. This is a sexy financial tool. Oh yeah, look at that. Just 3 dots, 3 pieces of information. Sheesh. That's sexy. I like that. Oh, that's really cool. Well, that's really cool. Kudos, because that's probably something that took a while to do or just felt unnecessary to a lot of people, but you did it. And you did it. And I think that's cool. I think out of these, I'm just going to go. I think Faye has to take it because all the other ones, and it could just be a familiarity thing. Like I've lived with Discord, I've lived with Airbnb for a while, so those are out. Firecrawl, it's cool, but it's nothing like crazy. It's just a slight background, a bit edgier than usual. Cool animations, I like it. Sauna is trying to do a lot, but I don't think it really does a lot. If that makes any sense. Untitled is very slick, very artistic, and then Faye is actually something I can see myself using. So web app of the year, who has the strongest overall experience across interface, motion, usability. I think I'm going to give it to Untitled because they're doing interesting things. Faye looks good on the surface, but maybe it just doesn't have the depth that it needs. Whereas Untitled, I'm sure that it would work. I'm just going Untitled. Site of the year. Which site has the strongest overall experience across brand, visuals, and usability? So sites are different because they can do a lot more than web apps. Sites just have to display. Web apps have to do. And so right off the bat, I don't know if I'm going to dig into all these. I'm getting, at least it's only 5. Oh my God, that is freaking cool though. All right, we'll start backwards. Let's see. Shopify Editions. Oh, that's a badass thing. God damn, sites are so cool. Sites are so fucking cool. That is really cool. Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, that is also so cool. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, okay, this is kind of blowing me away a little bit. This is crazy. I know sites can do some cool things. And I'm ready for the day when web apps get to do as many cool things as this. We can kind of like incorporate the two. Oh my. All right, I think this is winning. Oh man, I don't know if this is winning or not. What the hell is this? Oh, they got visual, they got audio in there. That's, oh my gosh, that's badass. Yeah, this is winning for sure. This is winning for sure. This is winning for sure out of these two. Shopify, God. Shopify's was good, don't get me wrong, but the other one has just more good things. This is cool. I like this. I can't tell if this is like a demo or the actual screen or something else. So it's like a motion graphics thing. Well, that's pretty cool. Actually, as a service, this is great. I need this as a service. It's like a Figma based thing. Okay, cool. Not the greatest, I'll be honest. As far as like a website. This is cool. This is like a journey based thing. I like this little, unexpected curve. Oh, okay, I like that. I like the way it goes to the next page. And just without information. Ooh, a little bit of drag here, like this, down to the next one. I love that. I love that. It's a good thing. That's cool. Fade in text. This. Wow, that's just high quality. Well, that's great. That's great. It's great in terms of like, like that's like a great product site, a great narrative site, whatever you want to call it. Still Phantom is winning. To be honest, I'm going to check on this better now. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. Let me do the next command. Move the export button to the left of filters. And then in that space where the export button used to be, add sort options for the jobs along the left-hand side. You can sort alphabetically. You can sort by start date, by end date, by total length, and then any other options that make sense. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to go back to voting. We'll come back in a second. Koto. This is cool. Seems like a video. This is a website. It's like a video with a little play browser. That's pretty cool. It's good animations. It's sick. Oh, I like that. That is very cool, actually. That is very cool, actually. Like that's a cool news feed looking type thing. This. Well, that's cool. It's a cool modal. I like that modal. It's like a blur of everything with a opaque type of background. And then these are actually like tiles. That's pretty cool. See, it's like these little components here. It's like this is actually very simple and easy, but it looks overall slicker because there's the filter button, right? That's what they're clicking. And then they're clicking that. Instead of like a filter where it's like over here, we just have filters and this, does it make sense to do something like that? I don't know. In this case, because it's not like as creative, But you can see how you take components of things and you start to put them in other places, and then sometimes it makes sense, right? So maybe you could do this with like supers and stuff like that. You could just be like, instead of this, click on this, and then it comes into a blur screen. You click everything that you need or whatever, and then that's that. It doesn't make sense in this one necessarily because it's more business oriented, whereas this is more like experience oriented. But now I have it in the back of my head. For everyone to do something like that, it's a title, it's a little title and some tiles. So a title and some tiles. Instead of just your basic filter drop down, you have a title and some tiles, modal, and it actually can look quite nice. Right? It doesn't look like it's too much. It is an extra, interference, if you will. But again, you just ask yourself when you need some style, does it make sense to do that? And it might. It might. It might. It might. So cool over here, and then just air last one. This is for MacBook. Corporate density, one platform to seamlessly what? One platform to seamlessly manage and scale creative operations. Interesting. 600 a month. Crazy, crazy SaaS. Cool page. Okay, so it's a task manager. That's interesting. Collect, approve, share. Interesting. I'm actually curious about this one. If I type in air task manager, is that it? See, this is the problem with having a name that is not differentiated enough. I'm just going to do air platform. Creative operations platform, air.inc. Cool websites. Collect. Okay, I need to see what it actually does. Photography, libraries, proof, share, copy link. So it's like a board. It's like a Pinterest you can share type of thing. Good site for sure. Oh, I love this. This is great. That's cool. This is an amazing site, to be honest with you. I'd say this is probably the winner in terms of like functionality. And it might not be fair because I'm not going through every single site to this depth. I think this is like the winner in terms of functionality and to selling something while getting a point across while also having style points. But as far as like pure style points, I do think that Phantom Studio wins. And you know what? Let me just, between those two, let me go ahead and give, I'm not going to do all of them, but let me just do those two and see if I still agree. Koto, I don't know. I looked at it, seemed all right. Saver looked all right. Jitter looked all right. Shopify, that's a pretty sick ass one, huh? But like, there's like 4 of these type of fucking sick ass things in Phantom. So Phantom, we got agency. Even the accept the decline button is pretty fucking sick. I like their animations. That's cool. I like how it comes in. We got United Kingdom, New Zealand. That's what's up. I like this a lot. Oh yeah, it's fucking sick. Oh yeah, it's fucking sick, dog. Come on. Come on, dog. Just look at this. Look at this. That's fucking sick. The open rolls. I just want to see something. That's fucking sick. I just want to see their forms, you know? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Actually had to take a quiz like this before I got a certain job as a, you know, I had to take a certain quiz like this before I got a contract. This is so cool. This is exactly what you need. Just build this into the goddamn site instead of fucking incorporating another thing. Really cool. I think overall, just by a smidge, the Phantom guys get it. Literally because of that face one. That was pretty intense. Animation of the year. I'm not even going to go through all of them. Luma AI is like animation heavy. My mind seems pretty sick. Cosmos, discovery engine for, ooh, that seems cool actually. Duolingo, Pillow Talk. I'm gonna go Cosmos. Luma's kind of like a motion. I'm gonna go Cosmos. I'm losing it. Guys. Doji, 11 Labs, most innovative. 11 Labs is not that crazy. Cursor is pretty sick. I use Cursor all the time. Pam, easiest way to make maps. Interesting. Did not know you could do that. Claude, Sunlit. I use Claude every single day. Sunlit. Interesting. Doji. I'm gonna go Cursor because I use it all the time. You're welcome. Absolutely. Why not? Back to mobbing. So cool. We did that, and we got a lot of inspiration, if you will. Now going back to this, did we do it right? Yes, we have this. Now we have just a much better overall looking app. If you remember, this was pretty cramped. We had filters all the way across, and now we just have filters one, and we can do this, this, and this. All jobs toggle is still available. Everything is still available. We just have everything a little tighter and cleaner. So what I want to do now is how this one is like one line. I want to make these one line. So Sunday -1, or one dash Sunday or whatever, or maybe even a different thing. Let me see. If I go week, it says week of March 9th. Just put the day to the day, put 9th to the 7th, and then month is the month. Yeah, month is actually solid. Month is the best. So we're going to fix those real quick. And day. Okay. So we'll fix a couple more things. I'm getting tired here. We're going to move on. In the week view, change the naming convention to be from, instead of the week of March X, just put the number of the day to the day. So like the week of, March 8th through the 14th would be 8-14. March is already above. We want to simplify the text. And then we want to reduce the height if we can reduce the height as well. Okay, we're doing that. We are eventually going to implement one of these color schemes. That's where we originally started. Winter chill. I think I'm going to do winter chill. And then that way everything is like nice and smooth. And then we'll see about everything else. Honey. Not much more for us to do. God, this is cool. Okay, leave me alone. I love visual stuff like this. It's so cool. So cool. But I love doing it. Yeah, not boring software. Interesting. Who are you? That's exactly what I want to build. Not boring software. That's cool. That's cool. That's what's up. I like that. Oh my God, so many fucking tabs open. I hate having tabs open. I literally do. I'll figure it out later. Let's go this way. We got it. It's not yet done, is it? No. Incorrect. Right now it is showing month, and then day. Again, we need it to still be categorized by week, and the week will show a day range. There we go. Yes, perfect, 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 perfect. Great. Great. For the day view, we also want to reduce the height of the bar there. So we're going to have the abbreviation for the day dash the number for the day in one line. Remove the black or darker background from within the day view, the month, and within the week view, the month as well. If you want, remove the word export from the export icon and also the word filters from the filter icon. Show only the icon. All right, now let's try color. Change the color scheme of the jobs to match this color palette. I think I actually have one. I do have one. Let's try that. We'll do that. I have no idea actually what this company color is. If I go Temcon concrete, it's red and white and kind of like, oh, okay. I can do that for the light colors. I might want to do red for the dark colors. I don't know. I'm gonna give them two looks. I'll do one for this, and then for the light one, I'll do different look at it. I'll do red actually. Yeah, we'll do that. So let's go back up here and we'll go find a reddish one. I think we're coming to a nice endpoint here for a good little session of development. What I'm looking for, something that's red and brown and kind of earthy without having any wild cards and nothing alarming though. I don't like it when things are alarming like this, especially when you're dealing day-to-day work. I might have to do something like that though. I just want it to be a little more muted, a little less in your face, you know. Harvest Moon might work, I guess. I don't like the yellow. The yellow doesn't work for me. Maybe those three. Let's try that. Let's try doing this. See what it did. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right. Make all font color white, regardless of type of job or state of job, status of job. And then mute all the colors down a little bit. This is when I get a little bit inaccurate, like what does that mean? Mute a little bit. But sometimes we just have to let it go a little bit. I hope it doesn't do like the background color and the stuff. It starts muting that stuff. That would be annoying. But we'll see. We'll see. Couple more things here that I want to do to clean things up and give it this feel of being like, okay, this is definitely worked on, and then we're going to get to a nice clean point. Not muted. Maybe that wasn't the idea that I wanted. Unmute them, go back to where it was, but maybe bring down the brightness a touch. Let's see if that can. Make the dotted lines appear white. There we go. I think that is differentiated enough. Residential, municipal, commercial. Maybe not. Maybe it needs to be a little clearer, but at least it feels a little bit better. I don't feel like it feels like it as jarring. And then the dots, this and this are related, but that's not clear. There you go. It's a little bit more clear as to what's not scheduled versus what is. Okay. We're going to move. Let's see what we're going to do. The parentheses that currently says X total days dot X days remaining, I want to change that to say day X of Y. So it should be the day that it's on and then the total days, correct? See if that goes. Oh no, stop. Don't stop working on me now. We're so close. We're so close. Might not work. Might not work. Oh, okay. I don't know where. Okay. Guess it's working. We're going to make it to 2 hours here, and then I think we're going to call it. Yeah, not that fun, but it is what it is. It's not like the most fun website, but it's interesting, Here we go. Here we go. I'm also going to do something a little bit more sketchy, let's say. We're going to remove the subheadline that is the job number on the left column. What we're going to do instead is if you hover on the mouse, you're going to see the full job name, then the job number, the superintendent, the foreman, and then a progress bar. We'll do something like that. There you go. So hover animations are a great way to have information accessible and available without cramming things. But if you do need some kind of individual advanced clarity, some more detail, you can easily, as moving your mouse over, get that detail. And it's not like going to get in the way because you're not usually going to go in here and do stuff. You're just going to look at it. And then if you need to scan over, you can scan over. And then we might eventually add like a manual sort. So that hover might need to change. But for right now, there's no manual sort. And so we would just do this. And if it gets in the way, it gets in the way. But there we go. Well, that's awesome. That's much cleaner. Okay. So now I guess this is the job size of all this. And it's looking like that. Okay. We'll change the modal later. But for right now, it looks good. And then what we're going to do, so we're going to do just a couple last minute things here. This should be white. And then we're going to go into the light mode, and then we'll change the colors there. Okay. Make the gold highlight of today be a white highlight instead. We'll just do that actually. And then I'm going to make the bigger changes onto whatchamacallit. These aren't different enough. These are the same. This is a, what is this? Residential. This is municipal. Yeah, those aren't different enough. Those aren't different enough. We'll make them a little bit more different. And this, what is this? Municipal? This is the same as this? Wow, that's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to read, man. I don't know. We might have to change the colors, but for right now, that's what they are. Do this, do that. Oh, yeah. The font of the days should always be white, regardless of weekend or if it's today. Yeah, look at that. See how it's black, gray, white. This change of the box color is enough to tell people that it's like weekends. You don't need that. It looks a little less put together. So let me see if I show you this in here in a second. You should turn white, 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 white. Oh yeah, see much smoother across. And then this is a gray. I don't know why the fuck that's a gray. The today highlight color should be a white. That box should be a white. And that one can be blue font, not a gray background, a white background. Sometimes I have to get like borderline forceful with it, man. Yeah, oh shit. Yeah, we'll work on this later. I think I just want to have like all. Oh my god. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Sometimes it just like, it doesn't get that I wanted to match this blue. It chooses some random fucking blue. So annoying. So annoying. Cool. All right. I think I want to change this too. These buttons should not have black as the background, a slightly bluer blue. So there's less difference between them and the background. Let me see. Let me see what it does here. This is like fine touch type stuff right here. This is really like, This is how you get on those mobbing awards, you know? It's not how you necessarily like fulfill on a client. You don't need to do this stuff here, but it's how you get like some really, really pristine stuff that makes it look like, damn, all right, these guys put some love and care into this, and it makes, makes sense. And it let's see if it does this. See if I like this. I might not like this. I might not like this. I don't think I will, actually. Yeah, no, I don't. Mm, yeah, let me just revert. It's going good. Okay. So now we're going to go in the light mode. For light mode, we are going to use this more red color scheme, but exclude the yellow for the jobs. Oh my gosh. There. Oh. Oh my gosh. Let's see what it says. What the fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on? It just happened. Please don't tell me you're fucking. If I have to crash out right now, I'm gonna fucking hurt somebody. I'm gonna hurt this computer. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Don't know why that was so sketchy there for a second. Oh. Here we go. All right. All right. Very nice. Are those the same blues? Are these the same blues? I think so. This is not the same blue, is it? Or is it just because it looks next to something darker? Let me just double check. Is the nav bar in light mode the same color as the main background in dark mode? Come on. Yeah, see, I'm good. Yes. Use the we will figure out the rest of this later. Oh, sorry. But so far, looks good. Much better, much cleaner. We have the filters here. Instead of all cluttered there, we have the main functions. You do it. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, looks like a darker blue. That's good. Very nice. And then we're going to fix this modal later. You can add one, no problem. Quick, easy, straightforward. Probably make this a little wider so that you go through it. It could be a different screen. Don't know. We might have to fuck with this a little bit. And then as far as these, we don't want to be able to open them up and then just change like crazy. We want to have to, we want to have a button. You can read it, and then if you want to edit it, you can edit it, but you can't just go in here and accidentally fuck things up, So there's that. But so far, so good. I need to eat some food. I'm tired. Hopefully you learned something. Learn how my mind thinks a little bit. But that's where we're at. I think that's what we're going to do for today. I'm going to go play some Arc Raiders and chill. Peace.